Taurus, welcome. This is part 2 of the vision that I received last time I did a reading for you here on YouTube. I have received part 2. There will be a part 3, I don't know, beyond, because, well, you'll see. Okay, we're going to get to the vision in a minute. So if you're new here and you have not watched my previous Taurus reading, please do that before watching this one, because this is a continuation of last video's mystery. Okay, so this mystery in your life, Taurus, is still unraveling. You are grasping at new information all the time. Your energy today, we'll talk about this briefly, and then we'll get into the vision, and then we'll clarify and read the tarot for you as well. But you have yellowing. This is indicating transition. The yellowing leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Okay? So this could also indicate a warning here on your path. Yellowing is warning, aging, and transitioning. Okay? I'm reading here from the little guidebook. And in many cultures, yellow and red are warning. Okay? It's toxic. So there's something here, especially in the vision, okay, that, as I always say, the vision isn't about getting lost in the fantasy of it, the mystery of the visions, which of course that's an added bonus. But there's something more. There's something behind the scenes. There's something for you to feel, to move through, to connect to unravel. Okay? So please remember that as I read you the vision. Again, this is part 2. Please go to last video. I will link it in this video as well, so that this makes more sense to you, so that you can be a part of the journey, okay? So please clear your energy, relax your mind, and I will read you this vision. Part 2. The end of part 1, you got off this boat, right? And you had just lost someone to this weird shadow monster. And there were 6 of you remaining. 7 of you started the journey, and there were 6 remaining. You got off the boat, the mansion was revealed in the lightning, and a forest was ahead of you with a path. Okay? So here you are, and this is part 2. The path into the forest was narrow, crooked, and slick with wet leaves. Branches arched like bones overhead, weaving a ceiling of black limbs that swallowed the light. The rain had become a misting drizzle, but it clung to your skin, seeping through fabric like the breath of the island itself. No one spoke. The woman in the crimson gloves walked in front, steps crisp and precise, as if defying the ground to pull her down. The girl in the patchwork scarf hovered near you, eyes flicking constantly to the shadows. Behind her, the nervous man with the journal clutched his sodden notebook like a lifeline, his muttering now constant and unintelligible. The boy with the bleached hair lingered at the rear, a ghost among the trees. And the laughing woman, well, she had stopped laughing. Instead, she hummed, low, off key. You realize it was the same tune she had been humming on the boat. But now it sounded like something a child might sing in a fever dream. The trees thickened, the path wound tighter. Moss glowed faintly on the trunks, not green, but a sickly phosphorescent blue. It pulsed in rhythm with your heartbeat. Then the forest began to whisper, not the wind, voices, murmurs behind the bark, a crackle of syllables you couldn't quite place. Each of you turned at different times, swearing you heard your own name. "This place," said the girl in the patchwork scarf, her voice brittle, "is listening." No one denied it. It was the boy with the bleached hair who first broke the path, veering wordlessly toward a strange opening between two trees. The entrance yawned like a mouth, hollow, dark. "Hey," you started, but he didn't turn. The woman in crimson gloves hissed, "Let him go. He knows what he's doing." But you didn't believe that. And when you and the others finally followed, only moments behind, the hollow was empty. He was gone. No footprints, no sound. Just the echo of dripping water. The girl with the scarf screamed his name over and over and over, but it was the forest that answered, mocking her with distorted echoes. Something deep and cruel laughed behind the trees. 5 remained. Hours or minutes passed. Time twisted in the forest like the roots under your feet. Eventually, the trail spilled out onto a ravine. Below, a river of black water. Above, a single rotting bridge, narrow as a whisper. Upon it sat hundreds of crows, silent, unmoving, watching. No one wanted to step first. The nervous man finally did. Halfway across, the birds exploded into flight, screaming into the sky like an alarm. He dropped his notebook, clutching his ears, and bolted to the other side. When you crossed slowly, you noticed what he had dropped. A sketch, sloppy, panicked. It was the mansion, but it wasn't whole. The spire was cracked. Something dark oozed from its base. You slipped the page into your pocket. The air shifted as you reached the other side. The fog parted briefly, and you stumbled into a glade bathed in unnatural moonlight. Flowers bloomed here, pale and ghostly, their petals veined with silver. The air was thick with perfume. You realized the laughing woman had started spinning, slowly at first, then faster and faster. Her eyes were closed. Her velvet hat had fallen away. "She's not laughing," the girl whispered. "She's praying." Indeed, her voice was rising now, in fevered gasps, as if she were dancing with something unseen, or fighting it. You tried to reach her, but the petals rose up, literally rose, thousands of them floating like ash in a reversed fire. They swarmed her body. She gasped once. Her skin began to glow. Then you grabbed her arm and yanked her back. She staggered, blinking, coughing. "I almost said yes," she whispered. The petals dropped, lifeless. Now the trees were bleeding, thick and black, oozing from gashes in the bark like the forest itself had been wounded. The girl began to cry softly. The nervous man began to shake. Then, in one violent motion, he flung his notebook into the undergrowth. I'm done. This forest, this thing, wants us to choose. It's testing us, killing us." He backed again against one of the trees, and the tree moved. With a sound like splitting meat, the bark opened behind him. Roots shot out, pulling him in. His scream echoed, then stopped. Only 4 remained. As you continued, the path narrowed again, more overgrown. Thorn vines crawled across the earth, snagging your coat, biting into your hands. Ahead, the faint glow of a clearing. You didn't speak, none of you did. When you emerged from the trees, you saw it. The coach, jet black, shining as if lacquered in oil, adorned with silver trim, etched in curling, unknown symbols. 6 pale white horses, motionless, breath curling like smoke from their nostrils. The forest fell silent. And there, standing beside the door, was a man, tall, dressed in an old-fashioned suit of ash-gray velvet. His eyes were pale as bone, and his expression unreadable. He tipped his hat once and spoke in a voice too smooth. "I have been awaiting you." Your heart stopped. Inside the coach, you saw only 4 seats lined with red velvet, perfect prepared, and the woman in crimson gloves said, softly, almost inaudibly, "So it was always meant to be 4. As you step closer, the coach door creaks open by itself. Beyond it, the road curves upward towards the mansion, its spire now closer, its windows blazing like fire trapped in glass. And behind you, in the forest, the sounds of laughter. Something waits, and something chose you, all 4 of you. To be continued as you make this journey up to the mansion. But yeah, there's a lot of warnings. There's a lot of things to unpack in this vision. And again, I encourage you to unpack it with yourself. This is a connection with you and your spirit guides and what you need to see or move through at this time, like I said before. So let's get into more specifically here with Oracle and Tarot cards. What this, you have a messenger coming forth here. We also had the crows in the vision. Okay, so there's a message that's trying to come forth. I was going to use this spread in front of me here, but Spirit wants to, and I think that's a message for you too. Spirit wants to veer off the regular path of things, the regular motions and cycles of things. And there's a message here, an unconventional message I'm hearing for you at this time. So what is this message for Taurus at this time that wants to come forth? The Fool. It's a message about a fresh start, a new path, a journey ahead. Okay. Things you need to know before you make this journey, this move. Things that may be hidden within the vision. Symptoms, warnings, signs. Okay. But yeah, interesting that the message is about your new start, this path that you went on in the vision. Okay. And things happen in the vision, but there are more specific things and messages happening for you right now. And as you connect to this path and as you move through this mystery, this cycle, you are meant to keep your eyes open and you are meant to observe. I'm hearing observe your surroundings, observe the people around you, how they impact you, how they affect you, how you yourself receive messages from these people, or how you speak your messages and communicate to others. There's something about that here, about deciphering something, a mystery. This whole vision, part 1, part 2, is about this mystery. Like you were chosen, and like there's people with you or energies with you or within you that you're connecting to. Some are lost, some remain, but what does it all mean for you, right? Well, that's for you to unpack, because you know, the energies coming through here are specific, but specifically, you are on this journey and you will understand things that I won't understand reading for the collective. So as always, you are encouraged to choose the path forward that makes sense to you. I'm hearing you need to reset something. is a message. You need to reset and recalibrate something here. Ooh, the devil at the bottom of the deck. Yes, definitely something holding you, grounding you, keeping you bound and trapped. What is this? Four of Swords. This energy, whatever it is, or this person is keeping you from recalibrating, from resting, from finding that peace by keeping you stuck for their own selfish or its own selfish reasons. This could be your ego or an aspect of yourself as well, or this could be a person. So how can Taurus free themselves of this energy that keeps them stuck and keeps them from their peace and moving forward? It's kind of like in the vision, that laughter, the forest, the energy that is tricking and taking and judging, almost watching and judging and laughing. 10 of Swords. Simply put, for you, I feel here that it's time for you to face down this energy. Confront the energy, not with anger or aggression, but as you see the owl and the wise old man, with wisdom and curiosity and a peace. Confront with peace. Confront with, even just confronting with yourself, that you need to get rid of this. You need to go through this. You need to understand something here. You need to free yourself so that you can find your peace, that you can finally rest and feel like you can go on this new path, this new journey with a clear head and a clear heart, I'm hearing. What else needs to come forth at this time here for Taurus? Because like I said, there will be a part 3 for sure, because you have not gotten to the mansion yet. Okay, this one jumped. Page of Pentacles. There's some clues that you need to collect or see. Something as you move through this tension. I'm feeling tension. As you move through the tension and this, obviously the new journey, but also confronting something here or someone here, and this yellowing energy, as you move through this, these messages, these opportunities that present themselves to you are very important. So pay attention to little changes, little shifts, little things is what I'm hearing. 9 of Wands. Set boundaries. Maybe this energy that's been keeping you trapped, or this negative warning, this toxic energy has been pushing you too far. And this is a reminder here from Spirit to, it's okay and healthy to set up your boundaries and make it known to people and even yourself that when enough is enough, and when they've crossed the line, they've crossed the line, and they don't deserve to get your time, attention, or space when they have. Okay, you need to respect your boundaries at this time, and make sure that when you draw the line, when you are in your own boundary, your own space, take that as time for healing and understanding what you're going through. Really recalibrate and figure things out within that space. Within that safe space, you are building that safe haven, okay? Because you are freeing yourself from this so that you can find this space, this peace, and this rest at this time. Okay, Taurus, I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'm sure you did. And if you'd like a personal reading, it's in the description box below. Love you guys, and I will see you for part 3 next time.